With NFL free agency a week old and the Vikings already spending up to bring in the dynamic Dalvin Tomlinson as well as Patrick Peterson, Vikings fans are like, Spielman ignores the offensive line. And of course, that's a trope over the last couple of years, but maybe it's true this year, right? And even though hashtag cap is a myth, there really is only so much pie to go around. And the Vikings gave a ton of pie to defensive tackle as well as defensive back, and they haven't landed a premier offensive line free agent, or any for that matter, outside of re-signing Rashad Hill. So what is the plan? So the Vikings cut loose Riley Reef to free up cap space. There have been a small chance that maybe they run it back, but he just signed with the Bengals. So the plan is potentially to move Ezra Cleveland, 2020 second round pick, who played last year right guard, to left tackle, his natural position, but then that opens up two holes at guard. And we were hoping that the Vikings would come out of free agency with two starting caliber veteran guards. Right now, I'm just going to settle for one, man. I'll take one. Forrest Lamp one time, he's got interest. Vikings' current cap situation, after the Patrick Peterson signing, the Thielen restructure, as well as the Rudy post-June 1st designation, the Vikings have roughly $10.185 million in effective cap space. But remember, Rudy's $7.9 million can't be tapped into until after June 1st, which is why the Vikings probably won't sign the rookies until summer. So right now, the Vikings have effectively $2.2 million in cap space, which is still enough to work in a veteran offensive lineman on a cheap deal. But the Vikings also might wait until after the draft and then pick through the third wave free agents. And I think a lot of teams might do this with the entire free agency class, where it's a down cap year. Draft young players, bring them in, fill in your needs, and then supplement with cheap free agents on the third, fourth, fifth wave, whatever. Especially after the commensurate pick window closes in May, right after the draft. That will factor in. Draft-wise, it would be smart to hammer this draft class, and maybe that's the overarching plan, both interior offensive line or tackle. You could go BOLA instead of BPA, but just go best offensive lineman available at 14. Darisaw, Slater, AVT would certainly be interesting and in the mix, or you could trade down the first or get back up into the second round. Dylan Radens, NDSU, Sam Cosme, Texas, Landon Dickerson from Bama, Wyatt Davis, no matter what, from Ohio State. So there are a bunch of premier offensive linemen in this class. Also, by the way, tangent. So it's so odd. Whenever you talk about the cap space before the draft, everyone freaks out. I was like, remember, the rookies need cap space. Okay, but it's not a lot, and it never is. Yes, the Vikings have 11 draft picks, and it's estimated that their total rookie pool will cost about $10.856 million. But remember, only the top 51 contracts on your roster formally count against the salary cap. So if all 11 rookies make the roster and are in the top 51, they take the spot of someone else in the top 51. Minimum last year was $660,000, so you're at least taking away $7.26 million in space, potentially more, depending on how the contracts are parsed out at the bottom. So net, the rookie class is around $3.596 million as a cap hit. That is not a lot. Then the Vikings cap space effectively after the Rudy post-June 1st release is about $6.589 million if no other free agents are signed or other roster moves are made, like a Harrison or Daniil extension, etc. Plus, the Vikings do have a lot of draft picks, but 8 of the 11 of them are day 3 selections, smaller contracts, as well as no second round picks. So rookie cap space, ever since the rookie wage scale came in 2011, is really immaterial. But sorry, it's a little bit tangent there. But the Vikings do have some space to make some moves. They have about $2.2 million now, or after June 1st, after signing all the rookies, they'll have about $6.5 if they want to go bargain basement shopping. But just coming away with some cheap, competent veteran offensive linemen, who cares about the timing? Like, who cares if they sign them now or if they sign them after the draft or if they sign them in June? As long as they're in the offseason program, if there is an offseason program this year, or at minimum training camp to hit the ground running, get things going, I don't care. So even though it is a little bit disconcerting right now, the Vikings haven't landed a free agent offensive lineman, they will. They'll get something done. They have the money to do it, whether it's now, whether it's June. So tranquilo. Also, remember the draft, man. Hey, remember the draft? Everyone forgot about the draft last week during free agent frenzy, but it's whatever. But your thoughts. Vikings, is Spielman ignoring the offensive line? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post something to Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.